Welcome to Mr. Wolf's Timeless Tales. Tonight, I'll take you to Vietnam, where mountains and seas are not just landscapes, but living legends. Long ago, in the ancient land of Vietnam, when the world was still young and mysteries walked hand in hand with daily life, there was a princess of incomparable beauty. She was the daughter of the Jade Emperor, ruler of the heavens, and her radiance was said to outshine even the morning sun. Suitors from far and wide came to ask for her hand, but among them stood two mighty lords whose rivalry would shape the fate of the land forever. The first was S.N. Tinch, Lord of the Mountain. His presence was like the peaks themselves, strong, unshaken, enduring. Wherever he went, forests bloomed, animals followed, and the earth itself seemed to rise under his command. He was the guardian of stability, a symbol of steadfast protection. The second was Thy Tinch, Lord of the Sea. His voice echoed like crashing waves, his temper as wild as the storm. With a flick of his hand, rivers overflowed, rain poured down, and tides swallowed the shore. He embodied power, fluid and unpredictable, as alluring as it was dangerous. Both lords fell in love with the princess, and both demanded to marry her. The Jade Emperor, unwilling to offend either, devised a test. He said, "Tomorrow, whoever brings the finest offerings to my court before the sun reaches its height shall have the hand of my daughter." The challenge was set. At dawn, S.N. Tinch rose with the first light of day. Swift as the wind, he gathered his treasures, rare beasts of the mountains, a great elephant with tusks gleaming like ivory, and birds whose feathers shimmered like emerald and gold. With steady determination, he delivered his gifts to the Jade Emperor's court. When Thy Tinch arrived, bearing pearls of the sea and treasures dredged from the ocean floor, it was too late. The princess had already been promised to S.N. Tinch. Enraged, the Lord of the Sea roared. His fury shook the heavens as he unleashed a tempest. Waves crashed against the land, rain poured without end, and rivers overflowed their banks. The people trembled as floodwaters rose, threatening to swallow fields, villages, and even the emperor's palace. But S.N. Tinch would not yield. With a sweep of his arm, he raised the mountains higher. Hills rose like shields, valleys turned into fortresses, and the people found refuge upon the elevated ground. Each wave that Thy Tinch sent was met with greater height, greater strength. The battle raged for days. The sea surged forward, but the mountains stood firm. Finally, exhausted, Thy Tinch withdrew, vowing vengeance. Yet true to his word, every year he returned. Each rainy season, floods swept across the land, as if the sea god was striking once more at his old rival. And each time, the mountains endured, a testament to S.N. Tinch's unyielding defense. To the people of Vietnam, this myth was more than a story of love and jealousy. It was a way to understand the world around them. When the summer floods came, they would say, "Thy Tinch is angry again, battling S.N. Tinch." It explained why rivers rose and why mountains remained unmoved. But deeper still, it spoke of the eternal tension between land and water, chaos and order, destruction and protection. Even now, centuries later, the legend lives on. Villagers still pass it down by firelight. Parents tell it to their children, and it echoes through festivals and songs. The tale reminds us that nature is powerful, relentless, and often beyond human control. Yet it also shows that resilience, the strength to stand tall against storms, is what keeps communities alive. The sea will always rise. The storms will always return, but the mountain endures. And so do we. Thank you for listening to this timeless tale of mountains and seas, of storms and resilience. May it remind us all that while nature may rise against us, the human spirit, like the mountain, can endure forever.